Hi everybody, Tom Oates from the Wisconsin State Journal and madison.com here. And the Green Bay Packers mystery preseason, where the starters made only a cameo appearance in one game, and is over. The Josh Sitton bombshell is in the rearview mirror, we think. And now it's time to decide or predict just what these Packers can do this season in 2016. First of all, there's some good reasons to think this could be a really, really good team. Their offensive skill positions, which after the injury to Jordy Nelson was a huge drawback last season and really hampered their offense, it's back intact and maybe even better than ever. Eddie Lacy's lost weight. Jared Cook, the tight end, showed during the preseason that he's the kind of playmaker they've lacked at that position. Nelson is back. He hasn't played yet, but if Nelson's healthy, I think it changes the whole demeanor of the offense, and all of a sudden Aaron Rodgers is back to being Aaron Rodgers. Secondly, the defensive perimeter. I've talked at length about the lack of playmakers on the Packers. Well, their current defensive perimeter has some potential playmakers, and if they prove to be that, I think this defense could take a little step up. Clay Matthews back outside, certainly where he belongs. The young corners they drafted last year and the young safety, Clinton Dix, they drafted a couple years ago, I think are certainly capable of becoming playmakers on that defense. And if that happens, it would really help. Finally, they have what statistically, based on last year's records, is the easiest schedule in the NFL. Plus, 4 of their games will be against teams that lost their quarterbacks this preseason. 2 against Minnesota, 1 against Dallas, 1 against Philadelphia. So the schedule got even easier. Now, you never really know about how good teams are going to be, but the fact of the matter is the Packers could go into every game as the favorite all 16 games. On the flip side, there's some reasons that this team might not be that good. There's the heart of the defense. The 3 defensive linemen and the 2 inside linebackers is very thin and very suspect at this point. Going into the opener at Jacksonville, rookies are going to have to play along the defensive line, and that's never an ideal situation, basically because Mike Pennell is serving a 4-game suspension. The 2 inside linebackers, Jake Ryan drafted last year, Blake Martinez drafted this year, certainly haven't proven anything in the NFL. As good as the perimeter of the defense is, the interior of the defense is certainly suspect, Mike Daniels excluded, certainly. Of course, then there's possible fallout from the Sitton situation. There's players on this team that are mystified. There's players that are not happy at all, who don't see how cutting a Pro Bowl guard helps you to win a Super Bowl. And with this team, that certainly is the goal, is to win a Super Bowl. And a lot of people, even in that locker room, are not over the Josh Sitton thing yet. Could that linger? We're not sure. It could also hurt on the field. I mean, Lane Taylor is not Josh Sitton, and he's never going to be Josh Sitton. He only has to be an average player and hold his own, and I think the Packers will be fine. But if he fails and they start running guys in at left guard, it could really hamper the offense. Finally, they're in a tough conference. We talked about the easy schedule, but teams like Seattle, Carolina, Arizona, those are outstanding teams, and I think the Packers are right with those teams, but there's a lot of competition in the NFC. You put it all together, and what do I see for the Packers? I think I see a 12-4 season and probably the number 2 seed in the NFC. But they'll be judged by a Super Bowl, so check back in January.